Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the August 22nd Al-Anon readings in Courage to Change and a Little Time for Myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I will take a moment and look this over. The question is, how do I let go of outcomes I have delegated to others? It's kind of funny. This passage is kind of funny. Oh, okay, so it's about a person who has an alcoholic husband, and this person asked them to take out the trash, and this person expected them to walk the trash out to the curb, but instead the person put the garbage bag on top of their car and screeched down the driveway. Oh my gosh. All right, so this person refers to concept 8, which is, quote, the Board of Trustees delegates full authority for routine management of Al-Anon headquarters to its executive committees, unquote. So it gives full authority that for the work to be done. So the board is trusting that the work will be done in a way that whoever's doing it sees fit. So this person is saying, just like in concept 8, this person is realizing that when they delegate responsibility to someone else, they also have to give them the authority to do the job the way they see fit. Today's reminder: when we delegate, we are letting go. And the quote is from Hope for Today. Yeah, so it does have to do with expectations, doesn't it? So the quote from Hope for Today is about our expectations being less important. How do I let go of outcomes I have delegated to others? That's interesting. I love that, because expectations are, it's like, whenever I hear the word expectations, my ears perk up, because it's like, oh yeah, expectations are resentments, are soon to be resentments. Whenever I recognize that I have an expectation, it's in my best interest to examine it and to see if it's a reasonable expectation, or it's a reasonable expectation that after I see the mail truck go by, that there may be mail in my mailbox. That is a reasonable expectation. It is not a reasonable expectation to, this is silly, to expect that the mail will come within a specific time frame. Like, it can come any time of the day. That's kind of a silly example, and they get every day, I was going to say they get more and more specific, because every day that I'm interacting with people, I am having to check my expectations. And when I do that, I think I'm doing myself such an amazing service in making my life so much more peaceful and happy, content, comfortable, because I'm letting people do their thing and realizing it's really none of my business, which is, actually quite lovely because I have enough business that really is mine that only I can take care of. And then when I focus on that, that's enough. That's a full-time job. I'm going to look this over. I'm surprised I don't have a tab on this page. This is talking about motives. Another one, expectation and motives. Huge, huge in my life. This person realized that fear, a lot of their motive involved fear. They were afraid to speak up for themselves. They were afraid of their own anger. They were afraid to speak the truth about how they really felt. They found a lot of relief when they thought of, came to believe. That is, I don't want to misquote it. Step 2, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. This person was afraid to pick up the phone, but when they thought of step 2 and thought came to believe, it made them feel much more able to navigate their everyday life because they were less fearful. Today's reminder, we are in the care of a higher power. Our higher power can help us deal with whatever is going on. And the quote is from Al-Anon, A Day at a Time. Our higher power truly cares about us and shares our challenges. And I think this is really beautiful too. I don't have a tab on this page. Motives are huge. When I examine my motives, why am I doing something? A lot of times I find, especially in the past, that I was trying to control a situation. So when I examine my motives, realize I'm trying to control a situation, then I can stop. But the same thing, if I let fear dominate, then that's not a well-lived life. I don't believe that our higher power, my higher power, I can only speak for myself, but I truly believe that we all have a higher power, and I don't think any higher power wants us to live in fear. I think we are meant to live our lives in love and trust. It feels good just to even say that. And I can tell that the seasons are beginning to change. It's very warm and humid here today, but stuff is going on in the air. Natural things like trees and grass and all those things, because my asthma is picking up like it does when seasons change. And I don't even know why I brought that up. I don't know what that has to do with what I was talking about. But, fear. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really know why I brought that up, but I will tell you that not being able to breathe is scary. And so, thank God I have an emergency inhaler. But there are times when I take a couple puffs and I actually have to take a third puff, and I'm only supposed to take 2 puffs, but I still can't really breathe clearly after 2. So, and that's when seasons change. So, um, I don't know. I don't really feel like that was really connecting to other things that I was saying, but I guess part of it is relaxing and just believing that my medicine will work and just letting it work and not worrying that it won't. I think that that has a huge impact on everything in my life personally. I feel like my mind is it can either be my friend or my enemy, and I uh, I really want it to be my friend. So I do what I can to make to have a good friendly relationship with my mind. And that's it. So we're going to close out with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.